Born to Ride is brought to you in part by 866 Law Friend. Ride safe, ride smart. Offices in Palm Harbor.
Thanks for tuning in to Born to Ride TV. This week, it's Wreaths Across America, and this year's event really hit home for the Galletti family. Then Dale Wilkesler from Wheels Through Time tells us about the rare Indian hill climbers from 1928 and 1939. We finish off the show with Bravery and Bullets, a special look at veteran stories so we never forget their sacrifice. All this and more here on Born to Ride.
I'm Kevin Mack from Counting Cars on the History Channel.
I'm Danny, a.k.a. the Count Coker, and you are watching Born to Ride TV. Stay tuned! Woo! Oh, yeah.
It's Wreaths Across America, people, and what a day it is. There's thousands and thousands of bikers here. There's thousands and thousands of Americans here. This is what America's all about. We're honoring our military, our veterans. We're laying wreaths on the graves of thousands and thousands of people today. Got my family here, and my mom, my sister, Val, and you know, just last week we had a ceremony for my dad. So this is a very meaningful day for America, but it's very meaningful for us today. And we're honored to be here. Stay tuned, we got a lot of great things coming up here on Born to Ride. Flanker, it's a big day, man. I'm here with Flanker from U.S. Military Vets, and really appreciate everything you guys do for such a great event, and what a turnout today.
Oh, it's been great, Ron. And I can't thank you enough for Born to Ride support our event. This year we'll be placing 21,600 wreaths on veterans' graves. It's the largest wreath placing that we've had so far, almost double from what we had last year. We had placed 12,500 wreaths last year. As you can see, the crowd has been phenomenal. They're still pulling off the interstate from what I'm being told and everything like that. Like I said, I couldn't do it without your support, along with the support of Saddle Creek Logistics, Walmart, and then everybody out here. We're probably expecting about 18,000 people.
I'm telling you what, it's incredible, and it's just what we need to do. It's the right thing to do, and you know how great it is, and that's outstanding news that we doubled it from last year. How does that make you feel?
Oh, it's outstanding, and actually, you said it, it's the right thing to do. The way our corporate sponsorship was and the support that I get from the corporations within the western central of Florida has been phenomenal this year. They've all ponied up, they've all stepped up to the challenge to get on out here and remember our veterans.
It's just an incredible day, and the feeling you get when you look at it, the thousands of not only bikers, but Americans, man, and they're supporting this. And it's so important to our country, but it's important to the people who are here right now, because when I was coming up here, man, for miles, there was a backup on the interstate, man. I mean, it was backed up everywhere. So it's just an incredible feeling, and I'm so honored to be here. And congratulations to all the hard work you guys put into this.
Well, Rob, thank you. And again, I appreciate Born to Ride being here. And like I said, I couldn't do it without you guys' support as well. And you said, you know, it's not only bikers, and I get that Born to Ride is part of it, but in World War II, it was so cool. About 3 years ago, one of our World War II POWs said, you know, told all these people out here, and then when you pan on out, you can see that it's not all bikers here. And the World War II POW goes, don't give these bikers a bad name. They're the ones that put this together. So I appreciate everything.
Our children come from different backgrounds with different stories. They learn time-honored values like the importance of faith, hard work, and that an education is something no one can take away. They learn that respect begins with themselves and should be given to others. The Florida Sheriff's Youth Ranches, where kids learn, laugh, and dream with people who refuse to give up on them. With your donation today, we can give them a brighter tomorrow.
Born to Ride is brought to you in part by 866 Law Friend. Ride safe, ride smart. Offices in Palm Harbor.
Saturday, February 4th, it's Llama Tampa 12th anniversary party from 12 to 5 p.m. at the Teamsters Union Hall on Martin Luther King in Tampa. Asking a donation of $15 includes a dinner plate. There'll be vendors, music, 50-50, a bike show, biker games, and a whole lot more. Don't miss Llama's 12th anniversary party. Brought to you by Born to Ride TV and attorney Fran Hosh, 866 Law Fran.
Fun Bike Center Motorsports, it's Lakeland Center for fun.
Fun Bike Center is the biggest and best destination for new and used motorcycles, four-wheelers, dirt bikes, and jet skis. This place is worth a look. Visit funbikecenter.com. Fun Bike Center is open late every Wednesday night till 8 for Bikers Night next door at Mojo's Wings, Burgers, and Beer.
Fun Bike Center. Fun Bike Center.
Find us on Facebook, Born to Ride TV and magazine, the ultimate multimedia biker experience.
No, you know, it's just so important, and I can't say enough. When you look out and you see the support, and this is America, you know, it's the motorcycle, it's the bikers, it's corporate, it's, you know, it's everybody coming together, but you see the old veterans, the young veterans, and it really means a lot when you see the Marines dressed in the Marine blue, and there's guys over here like George Washington days, man, you know, it really means a lot. So let's explain real quick. The wreaths come in the semis. How does it all work?
Okay, Wreaths Across America, it's from a wreath company up in Maine. And what happened was, back in '92, this wreath company had excess wreaths. And so he goes, what can I do with all these excess wreaths that I've got? So he called up, he made arrangements with Arlington National Cemetery, and he's been doing it ever since in '92. This is their 25th year this year. They're actually placing a wreath on every veteran's grave up in Arlington this year, and this will be the 3rd year that they've been able to do so. It's just one of these things that, and they actually, it's out of like an 8-car garage that they hand make all these wreaths from volunteers and all that. So it's just a phenomenal thing of what they do. All the trucking, through all the logistics facilities and everything, they are placing 1.2 million wreaths this year at cemeteries all across the United States. At cemeteries, there's 1,228 cemeteries participating in Wreaths Across America this year.
It's incredible. We've seen it on headline news, CNN. I mean, it's getting out there. And like I said, man, it's a new age of America. America's supporting this, and it's great to see it. And you know what I can smell right now? Smell that, man. Does that smell good, brother?
I know it. I know it. I tell you.
Brother?
And let me put one more plug in here. They're taking down, all these wreaths will be taken out January 20th. So if you're not here, get up here before January 20th. You'll smell these wreaths when you enter the cemetery. 21,600 wreaths.
Thank you, brother. I really appreciate everything you guys do, Clanker, and it's an honor to be here. And you know what? We'll be right back with more Wreaths Across America on Born to Ride.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Steph, president of the Buffalo Soldiers Motorcycle Club here at the Florida Mother Chapter out of Tampa, Florida. We would like to say to all of the motorcycle riders out there, Merry Christmas. And also, we're out at Bushnell National Cemetery. We're putting wreaths on the headstones, and we appreciate all of the people that came out, and we look forward to doing this again next year. And we would like to say God bless to every club out there and to everyone. Thank you.
Just one look, and you know it's a Harley Davidson. Just one ride, and you feel the power. The evolution of the Harley Davidson motor from 1909 to the all-new Milwaukee 8 is here, pushing the limits of freedom. Test ride a new 2017 and get the exclusive Harley Davidson bandana. Experience the motorcycle that will take you to your legend. At Crystal Harley Davidson, Homosassa, and Warhorse Harley Davidson, Ocala.
Folks, Tim Helley here. I'm our business manager here at Love Motorsports. I just want to take a few minutes to go over with y'all the benefits and the products of the Find It Now system that we've offered at our store here, and it has just been a great asset to our company. It provides many different things to our clients as far as being able to stand behind the motorcycle or ATV that they're purchasing, and many different things in categories for how it can protect their machine. As far as a dealership stands, it's added great profit margins to our store. It has a great product that goes with our arsenal of different things we're able to offer to ensure our customers protected at the best they can be. As far as the company goes, the Find It Now company has excellent customer support. They contact their clients in about 5 days of ownership to make sure everything's working flawlessly, that they're getting the alerts properly, that the emails are coming through, and the company in a whole does a fantastic job of standing behind their product with great warranties and backing the dealership. A couple things that I have always liked that they do is how the staff works. They always make sure we have plenty of product in-house. They make ordering very simple, very easy to get a hold of. They make the whole system to go on to show your clients how to use it, to be able to walk them through the different procedures of what needs to happen when they get these alerts. And then everybody has different formats for how they want their vehicle to come to them, how they want the alerts to be monitored, and they do a great job of standing behind that. But it's been a fantastic product for here. We've sold them now for quite a few years. No problems, and the company has done a great job.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6 brand new Speedmasters and matte gray finish 2016's 5899, 865 cc's, disc brakes on the front, disc brakes in the rear, a 2-year warranty, unlimited mileage, 7,000 North Dale Mabry Highway.
Hey, Dale Walkser here from the Wheels Through Time Museum. Of course, we're here to talk about rare Indian hill climbers today. And of course, I could spend hours talking about these two motorcycles, but we only have a few minutes. These bikes are actually layered in history. 1928 Indian hill climber, 1939 Indian hill climber. What an incredibly rare bike this is. A611 Indian Altoona 61 cubic inch alcohol burning hill climber in completely original condition. Some great features. The Altoona side valve motor, certainly the front forks, hill climb style handlebars, 2 kill buttons, little reminder on the steering dampener to add fuel. And of course they used alcohol in these, so it really wasn't regular gasoline. The engine itself is a real piece of beauty. Ball bearing crankshaft, ball bearing cams, polished crank, polished flywheels, and the bike is absolutely purpose built for hill climbing. This chassis, the frame, certainly probably less than 6 or 8 of these ever built. Some of them had the 80 cubic inch motor. This one is 1,000 cc, therefore the serial number A611, alcohol, 61 cubic inch, serial number 1. You know, here's what we know about the history of this machine. It was sold new to Guy Urquhart in 1928. It was actually raced all the way to 1948. There's an interesting picture on the cover of the Motorcyclist magazine, 1948, of Floyd Emdy actually crashing this bike. Interestingly, there's actually 2 photos of the same crash from different angles, and of course Floyd was a Daytona road race winner in, I think, 1948 also. Took a little chance at hill climbing, crashed this motorcycle, and didn't tear it up too bad. You know, recently I had the opportunity to have this engine apart, and what a beautiful piece of work it is on the inside. Polished crankshaft, bronze cam cover, bronze intake manifold. Really one of the coolest things when I peel this motor down is the gear that drives the cam. It's called the pinion gear. Actually had Altoona stamped on it. The name Altoona came from the famous board track in Altoona, Pennsylvania, and this type of engine Jim Davis rode actually over 120 miles an hour on the 2-mile track in Altoona. Pennsylvania. In the board track era, subsequently, they dubbed the same hill climb motor the Altoona motor, or the Altoona Hill Climber. You know, a lot of folks that come to Wheels Through Time and look at the hill climb hill don't really understand what these bikes are. Of course, a short explanation, a few of the pictures always tell, but they always wonder about the chains. And of course, the chains on the rear of a hill climber made for digging that dirt, climbing those hills. And chains were used from the earliest days of hill climbing. They still use them today. You know, over the years, classes in hill climbing have changed, and of course, in the early days, the 1928 Guy Urquhart bike was a Class A bike. That means it was built by the factory and raced by a professional rider. Jumping fast forward to this motorcycle, which is a 1939 B Scout, that's the B class hill climbing. It was a little less stringent than the A class. Almost anybody could run Class B. Of course, to have a factory hill climbing bike such as this was quite a privilege. Only 18 of these bikes ever built. And this particular bike, raced out of Guy Urquhart's shop, also in San Diego, has an interesting history. Mouse Molitek raced this motorcycle quite successfully for a very short period of time. I think he only ran for 2 seasons. And the bike is in incredibly great condition, which tells me one thing. Mouse was probably a great rider because he didn't flip this bike, tear it up, bend the handlebars, mash the back fender. I did notice one scratch on the back fender, but the bike is in incredible original condition. Original tires, 45 cubic inch Scout motors, serial numbered as a factory hill climber, and throughout, this motorcycle is just as good as any hill climbing bike as I've ever seen. You know, FCI 18, that's this motorcycle, recently found its way to Wheels Through Time, and the previous owner is a good friend of mine, and he had actually taken this bike out on the Antique Motorcycle Club America circuit, had it judged to really prove its provenance. I think our friend Robin Markey, who's probably the premier, really the expert in Indian history, I think he gave this bike high marks, 98 points out of 100, and the bike's in original condition. So certainly not a restored bike, still received high marks, a real testimony to this motorcycle, which is really one of the best surviving hill climbers in America. You know, when I found the Guy Urquhart A61 bike, this helmet came with it. So did the box, and of course the box, incredibly rare. It's got Indian decals all over it, Guy Urquhart's little sticker, and what was in this box? Bits and pieces and spare parts and sprockets and carburetors and all the stuff you take to your track. Along with that came the trumpet, equally marked, Indian decals on it everywhere, and I can only assume this trumpet was actually used for announcing races at the hill climb. Another great story here at the Time Machine, 2 rare Indian hill climbers, both in original running condition, both of the same provenance, and it's really a pleasure to bring them to you. Hope you enjoy them.
Two wheels, a little time to cut loose, and some buddies who had your back no matter what. Remember those adventures? Maybe it's time to make some new ones. Live your legend.
That's Rossiter's Harley-Davidson, Sarasota, and Manatee River Harley-Davidson, Bradenton.
Everyone was right, I was born to ride.
Born to Ride is a multimedia marketing and promotional machine with TV, magazines, streaming radio, and internet advertising opportunities. There are tens of thousands of motorcycles. We reach the people who ride them. Born to Ride. Find out more at borntoride.com.
Born to Ride is brought to you in part by 866 Law Friend. Ride safe, ride smart. Offices in Palm Harbor.
Fun Bike Center Motorsports in Lakeland is packed with great deals. Motorcycles, four-wheelers, utility vehicles, dirt bikes, jet skis, and scooters. Thousands of jackets, helmets, tires, wheels, apparel, parts, and accessories. Fun Bike Center Motorsports. Let's have some fun.
My name is Otis Grissom. I was a specialist at the time when I was in the military. I was part of the 82nd Airborne Division, 1st 17 Cavalry. I did 2 tours in Iraq. First tour was in Fallujah, second tour was in Mosul. This was part of my very first tour in Iraq. This was our 100,000 flight hours that we did in Iraq. It was basically, we had 100,000 hours We did in Iraq without any incidents or anything like that. We flew a whole lot of missions, and then a little bit right after Thanksgiving or right before Thanksgiving, we had an incident with one of our aircraft that went down.
Her name is Captain Hamilton. She passed away while she was out there. She was a very, very good captain.
During that time when I was in Iraq, I worked what we call the midnight oil shift. So any projects that weren't done during the day, we finished up. So mostly we would repair engines or reinstall the engines in the aircraft, or anything that came up, or we basically did ourselves during the night. So we tried to get the aircrafts up and going as fast as possible so that we would have as many aircraft as possible for the next day. It's different being a vet. It's not what you think it is. Being a soldier is a lot easier than being a veteran, I would say that. You have somebody that's there for you when you're in, and you can always turn to them for help, or they're always there to pick you up when you're down. When you're a veteran, you're kind of like alone. You're kind of like that. You feel like that you should be with a bunch of pack of wolves. So I kind of miss that. That's the only thing I miss is being with the pack of wolves that I was with, and had fun with them and everything like that. Even though that sometimes we had some bad days, but some of those bad days we had better days than bad days. So.